You're listening to the RMTV Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 28 of the RMTV Podcast. Jordan, how you going, mate?
Oh, mate, I'm wonderful. How are you, buddy?
Oh, mate, it's finals time, and it wouldn't be finals without the Sydney Roosters.
Mate, the Roosters and finals, it works. It works so well.
I copped a bit of flack last week for being too confident, but we versus Souths, mate. It was a walk in the park.
It was never in doubt. And as much as they're going to try and blame the sin bin, it was never in doubt. We were always going to blow them out.
Yeah, and, well, it was the last round of the year. Regular season is wrapped up. Players are doing a few shoots today in the city for the finals, and mate, it was 28 degrees today in Sydney. It was that September air, you can feel it.
That spring weather is coming. We're about to spring into the semis and spring into spring.
Spring into Shark Park and
spring into the construction site.
So we'll review round 27, a bit of dribble. Got a few questions coming in, and we'll look ahead to week 1 of the finals, mate.
Sounds like a plan.
So, Bronx, we all tipped Melbourne in. I'll tell you what, they all had a little bit of a sip of Reece Walsh's toilet water because, wow, 30-14 at a packed Suncorp.
I reckon it was the upset of the round, eh? And no, I'm not taking away from the Broncos by saying that. I just don't think anyone expected that. Not to that extent. Like, if they were to win, people would have expected, 20-14, not a 30-14.
It was... Yeah, it was very un-Melbourne-like. And when you look at the Melbourne's history, you think, okay, well, they never really lose 2 in a row. What Roosters did to him, put 40 on him, you think Bellamy's just going to spank him. And, yeah, it looked a bit, maybe last round of the year.
70 on them in 2 games, though? Actually, let's be fair.
On Melbourne.
70 on them in a game and a half, actually, to be fair. Let's be legit about it. It doesn't seem right. Look, yeah, I know Hughes went down. They had no Grant. But it was very un-Melbourne-like.
And then Pappy in the last minute.
Yeah, getting concussed. But I think the Broncos have figured something out. They figured out how to stop Xavier Coates. Just run him off the ball.
Yeah.
It's simple. Coates has actually come out and complained because, obviously Melbourne want to get in the ref series before finals. But I reckon the Broncos gave away 5 or 6 escort penalties. And you could tell they didn't care because it meant Coates couldn't go in the air.
And what about when Reece just... good old rugby league tackle and put him into the sideline.
Oh, mate.
It was...
I don't give Reece Walsh a lot of credit, but I'll give him credit for that shot.
Oh, game of the year for him. He was
you know what? Yeah, actually, probably his best... But you know what? His best game he's ever played in the NRL, I reckon.
No, big call. He did look good, mate. And what's Madge going to do when Ben Hunt comes back? Do we leave Walters and...
Walters and Hunt in there?
Walters and Hunt in the halves?
Well... Tomorrow, we're obviously filming this on Monday, so Tuesday's the big day for Renault. So if they have any little bit of doubt, Renault's actually come out and said, I will not play this weekend. We'll stick with Walters and Hunt.
I don't mind it.
I think, you know what? You've got the second chance. Give Reynolds an extra week to heal. Or, hey, beat Canberra in Canberra. Give him 2 weeks to heal. It could be a big thing because Renault will make a difference to that team. You think they're playing well now. Imagine what they do with Adam Reynolds back in there.
Yeah. And, DCE, mate, he got the farewell that he wanted. Just.
Didn't start like that, though.
No, well, yeah, Manly 27, Warriors 26. And James Fisher-Harris, for the while, scored the quickest try in NRL history. Quickest
in NRL, second quickest in rugby league history. Mate, I don't know what DCE was thinking. I know he tried to say that. But I also feel a bit sorry for DCE. He's copped a bit of shit for this one. But Jason Saab, pick up the bloody ball, bro. You're a winger. You're supposed to be able to hold onto a ball.
Yeah, you're not meant to just, do the flashy stuff, score the tries at the end. You just got to catch the ball, mate.
Exactly right. Catch the ball and Fisher-Harris doesn't score. But, hey, a left-footed field goal was the difference by DCE. So he went out a winner for Manly, which I think he deserves. He's a Manly legend. He look, as much as I give him shit about, being a Queenslander and being that sort of bloke, he's a Manly legend. He's played 351 games. If that is it, I think he's ended on an amazing note. If he plays on...
Well, I think he plays on. Because if that was it, he would have retired. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Unless he's playing games of rugby league, but...
Maybe he just needs a Mad Monday to realise he's done.
Maybe. I mean, he might link up with Foreign, mate.
Mate,
they're both retired.
Him and Foz, if they retired at the same time, that'd be pretty epic.
Maybe Desi as well. He's...
Oh, the big three. How many Manly fans do you reckon would be like crying in bed with a picture of those three?
Probably that Ella.
Yeah, the L's.
And Well, let's get into it, mate. Friday night at a packed Allianz. Roosters 36, South 6. And, the first half, Chooks were up 10-6 and... Yeah, South scored 1, but it was a bit like the Dogs game. I said to you lads, I'm like, don't worry. It was a bit of a...
Yeah, no, I was with you. I was with you on that. Like, look, you got to give Jai Gray credit. Jai Gray's probably been the best player for that South Sydney squad all year, and I'm happy to say it. I just think a lot of people, just got caught up in, it's 10-6. We made 9 errors and completed at 55% in the first half. South Sydney threw everything at us.
Everything
offensively, and their one try came from a bloody midfield break. So, you know what? Billy Smith, Sam Walker tripped over each other. Gray goes through, passes on the ward. Credit to him, he picked the hole, he went through, but it was a dominant performance.
Yeah. That like I said, that first half, I think they had a little bit of life in them when the likes of Cody Walker, Cheese, and Murray came on. But yeah, then they just died in the arse. And
yeah, but I know Cheese gave him a bit of life, but mate, he was out there for dog shots.
He was.
You could tell. He was all swinging arms, coming in late.
Flipped in the back of the head.
Yeah, probably the only one that wasn't a massive dog shot was when he sort of stood up Teddy. But Teddy was already tackled around the leg. So, mate, it's good to know which players he owed money to because he, allegedly owed money to.
Yeah.
Because he seemed to pick them out pretty well.
He did, yeah. He tried to have a bit of a laugh, but... Yeah, no, that second half, mate. Marky Mark.
They're all worried about AJ scoring 3 tries and fans running on the field. Maybe, you know what? Maybe the NRL had it wrong. They actually meant, please don't run on there if Marky Mark scores 3 on AJ and get confused. Maybe that's what it was.
And look, AJ almost had one, but then Marky just came with the... hit
absolutely destroyed him. Jack Whiten, how's your premiership chase going, mate? It's doing well for you. Yeah. But also, do you see the video of what he done to Marky Mark on the ground?
Yeah, I did see it on TikTok. He punched. He pretty much
eye gouge into a punch.
That's what you need to fire at Marky Mark.
Yeah. Then he scores a try, just hands him the ball like, here you go, bro. You need this.
Yeah. That specky he took and his final try.
That was picture perfect of what he done round 27 last year as well against them in his debut.
There you go. That's But yeah, try scorer of the year for Marky Mark. Teddy with another great game. Sam Walker, mate, he's so good. He just brings that unpredictability.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what you need. That's what he does well. That's why him and Hugo work well together. Hugo's got that long, typical kicking game. Mate, Walker just sees that eyes up footy and goes for it.
Yeah, and that was a good win. Final sealed and
thankfully,
Cogra. So Dragons 20 lost to Penrith 40. Yeah. At one stage, I thought, Dragons might be on here, and then they just died in the arse.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think they got it back. There was like 22-6 at half time, and they scored 1 or 2 after, and then Penrith went, all right, we better change a gear here.
Yeah, but hopefully it's Penrith's last year for the win for all of rugby league.
Hopefully the Wires get up.
But yeah, clearly he finally took that headgear off. And
can he put it back on?
I mean, yeah, his record was 0-2 with it on.
Can he put it back? Like, seriously.
He never suited it.
Maybe he was trying to be like Jerome Luai. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. But, mate, Penrith, they've got a good run home now in the finals. Like, you can't dance around it. And speaking of Penrith, Flaxy, he sent RMTV a message, actually.
Hey, I think it was the one he actually got right out of his...
he tipped Roosters to come 8th.
Yeah. So, I mean, I took 7th, so I'm not going to get too far ahead. I took 7th, so I was close. Just needed one more.
I tipped 8th.
I think you tipped 8th as well, yeah.
Yeah, but I had Manly 2nd, so I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah, you were probably a bit drunk when you done it then. But credit to Flaxy for getting number 8 right. I'll give him credit there, mate. He nailed that one. And
Titans 36, Tigers 28, up at Seabus.
This didn't look like it was going to happen at one point.
No, Tigers, I think maybe they just started thinking, that Mad Monday sounds sweet, doesn't it? Because they died in the arse as well. And Titans, farewell to rugby league legend Kieran Foran, Foz.
Yeah. 318 in final games. So
good to see Titans get a win,
good way to end it.
They needed it, and I kind of had a bit of a laugh seeing Newcastle get the spoon.
It was a bit entertaining. That weird, annoying bloke that comments on all our stuff up Denoits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should get him a wooden spoon as a present for Christmas. Just paint it red and blue.
I think we should.
Yeah, I reckon that's a plan.
100%. But and then this one, I did not see this one coming. Just similar to the Broncos Melbourne, Doggies 6, Sharks 24. And I say this with you, Jordan. Hopefully this is Sharks' last win of the year.
Mate, I'll be brutally honest. I was at a 50th and I was watching this and I was extremely surprised. I had an inkling that the Sharks maybe push for a win here, but I didn't expect it to be like this. But to be fair, they stuck to their blueprint. Brayley out of dummy half is what set up most of their work. Hynes had a good game, but a lot of it was Brayley, off the back of Brayley, onto Hynes, and then off from there. So,
Chooks will have their homework full this week.
Chooks will have their homework full, but, the Sharks will as well, don't you worry. We've got a bit of a threat there, but, mate, I'm going to ask you. The Dogs.
The Doggies, mate.
What are you thinking?
It's the Galvin effect.
Yeah, you reckon they're done for the year?
Oh,
They got to go down to Melbourne. We're going to talk about
something wants me to say they're done, but something's saying they're going to win in Melbourne.
See, the thing is, right, they are the number one defensive team this year. But I'm also very cautious saying that because I reckon if we went, you know what, I'm going to do this. Let's do this. I'm going to go back through their last few games for a reason. Because, we got a lot of mates as Dogs fans, like Joey, Emilio, all that. Love those boys, touchline boys. I love them, don't get me wrong. But, let's be serious here, right? Let's look at the beginning of the year. They gave up 20 to the Dragons, 24 to the Titans.
At the beginning of the year.
At the beginning of the year.
Yeah, right.
Then they went on a really good run. 8 against Para, 6 to the Sharks, nothing to the Knights, nothing to the Rabbits. Then got flogged in Brisbane. 18 to
They
Titans.
lost the Broncos twice this year.
Yeah, 20 to the Raiders, 20 to us, 44 to the Dolphins. Then went on a bit of a run again. Gave up 12 to Para, 18 to the Rabbits. They lost 8-6 to Panthers.
That was a big one, that game. Remember?
Lost to the Bronx. But, then I'm going to go back to, you know what? Let's go back to round 22. We're going to go round 22. They gave up 28 to Wests, that 28 to 14. They then gave up 14 to the Wars, 32 to us, 20 to Melbourne. Then they shut out the New South Wales Cup squad of Panthers.
Oh, you'd hope so.
Sorry, I shouldn't say shut out. They gave up one try. And then 24. I think
chopping and changing with Marnie and Sexton, I think that did affect the squad. There's no doubt about it. And yeah, they just don't. They're not looking at their best. That's for sure.
And the thing is, right,
it's a completely different side.
It's good to defend well, right? So they've given up 414 points this year, which is the best in the league, right? Which respect to that.
Defense wins comps.
Do you know there is only one team in the top 10? So that includes Dolphins and Manly in the top 10 that have scored less points than them. The Wars. The Wars are the only team that have scored less points than the Dogs this year. And it's a bit interesting because, look, they're going to need to score some points. It's all good to keep teams to 20.
It seems so jagged. They're just trying to... Yeah. It was obviously... I think it was just working perfectly for them when they had Sexton going out the back and then you'd... For Cherry and then obviously likes of Crichton. Crichton's been a bit quiet late.
And look,
defensively he's still good, but
I get lost a couple of players like Montoya obviously went down. Sherry's a HIA.
Obviously the game meant nothing, right? They're going to finish. They're going to verse Melbourne this week anyway. Should they have just rested some players?
Are they
trying to make a statement?
I've seen a lot of people do this, but I think Serraldo actually said it, and I agree with him 100%. They can't afford to rest players. Reason being, they need to sort out their attack.
Yeah.
It's all good to keep teams to 12 and 14 in the finals. But if you're only scoring 8, it's not worth it, is it? And
you're not going to win, mate.
Exactly. At this point, they are struggling to score. And if they want to win in finals, keep defending your asses off. But you've got to find a way to defend and score. They have one of the worst attacks in the comp, to be brutally fair. Paras is around there, and they had some shocking games. So, I love the Dogs, and I think there's always a shot for them with the players they have, but they really need to sort their attack out and quick.
And Dolphins, 62. Raiders, 24.
Lucky we weren't relying on the Raiders to not lose by much, hey?
I was saying that to me, mate. I said, look, if somehow, which was never going to happen, if Souths were going to win, God, it would have been a bad weekend. But it was a great weekend. And, Finns finished off the year well.
Good win, yeah.
Another good season for them. They're getting close to the top 8.
Maybe I reckon they make next year. If they can sort out their defence, they make the 8 this year.
Because they still leaked 24 points.
Yeah. So. And to a very, very understrength Raiders team as well. There's a few guys that are first-grade quality, but they just, leak some lazy tries, I reckon. That's the best way.
Corey Horsburgh. He was a Redcliffe junior, captaining the Raiders. So that would have been something special for him.
Would have been awesome, but the serious question here, right? Dolphins scored 60. No team has conceded 50 and gone on to win the comp, Presto.
Yeah.
Is this going to be further proof it's not going to happen? Have the Raiders screwed themselves?
I'm going to say this. The team, I reckon, is going to be broken this year. This whole, if you lose by 50, you can't win the comp. I reckon someone's going to do it.
Which means the only teams that can do it would be Canberra and the Roosters.
Yeah, it could be 2019 repeat.
So
maybe.
Could you imagine 2019 all over again, like another 2019?
Can it happen though? Because Raiders, I think we're on the wrong end of it. It can't happen.
I think it possibly can. Let's have a look
Oh,
here.
no, I think it can. Yeah.
No, so it can happen, right?
If Raiders win.
If Raiders win, it can happen. So we need the Raiders to win if we want a 2019 replay with the same result as well, please. Thank you.
And Parramatta, 66, Newcastle, Knights, 10. And my friend Trenny, he gave me the call. He said he had a free ticket in the lounge there, and I thought, you know what, last game of the regular season.
It'd be rude not to.
It was a beautiful Sunday afternoon, Father's Day. Shout out to all the dads out there.
Yeah.
And, it was just great footy, mate. Watching Mitch Moses, he had a cracker game. Dillbags
is questioning his life choices, I reckon.
He scored one, and I think Mitchie threw him the tee, and he still missed it.
Just for context, Mark Nichols had a shot in almost the exact same spot and nailed it over the black dot. Dill Brown, who's a half, who probably has some kicking experience, just absolutely shanked the shit out of it.
Yeah, and I even Jake Arthur, he would have a few nightmares playing at CommBank.
Oh yeah.
From where I was standing with my free beer,
Few freebies.
the Knights looked ready to lose as soon as they were out there. They looked that flat, and they were waiting for Mad Monday. You could just tell. And Para, I think they went out there to say, look, we're going to put a big statement on and roll into 2026 in style, I think.
I think you're spot on. Newcastle did not look like they wanted to be there from day dot. There's probably one or two players that were actually gave a shit, which Bradman Best, I reckon, was going all right, and Dane Gagai, who always gives it. So those two, they went hard, but beyond them, Para pretty much just came out and said, we're going to screw you guys over, finish a year off on a bad note, but we're going into the off-season on a high so they can build for something next year in pre-season.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in saying if Moses is fit, they'll make the 8, I think.
Yeah, if Moses is fit, they are a completely different team.
They finish off the year so well. Like, they beat us, flogged Nui. I think that they finished off the year 4 wins in a row.
Yeah, four, nearly 5 wins in a row. Actually, 4, because they lost to Storm, but they stuck it to the Storm.
And then they beat the Wars, Chooks.
Yeah.
Nui.
They're a legitimate contender if Moses plays. And I'll be surprised if Moses isn't on a plane in a couple of weeks to England.
You'd think so.
Like, I think it's safe to say he should have that spot locked up.
Yeah, I'd have him there. But then I think maybe Cleary Hill. But, mate, Teddy's got to get picked.
If Teddy don't get picked, that comment that was made by John Bateman to to Billy Walters about sucking his old man off, about Kevin, and I don't think it was Billy he should have been saying it to. I think it should have been he should be saying it to Edwards. Because if Edwards gets picked for that, purely, that he is giving someone something under the table for a bit of good luck. Like, I think they maybe take 2 fullbacks. There's a squad of 22, so maybe they take them both. But if Teddy's not the number one in that shot, like, give him. Even if you say to him, Teddy, this is going to be your last year playing for Australia, like, this is going to be your swan song, but I want to give it to you because your form deserves it. The guy's about to win a Dally M as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So you're going to tell me the best player in the game isn't the best player at his position?
You remember that time, I think it was a few years ago, when Australia, they changed the numbers on the back, and it was...
Oh, by alphabetical order for the World Cup.
Like, what the hell was that?
So...
That just pissed me off.
They do this in the Super League, and I don't like it. It's squad numbers, but it was so that all the commentators for the World Cup knew who they were. But the problem was, because for us, for the country that we are, the squad that we take over, not everyone plays the exact same game. Whereas if you're playing for like Scotland or someone, then you're going to have pretty much the same guy starting every week. Fiji,
true. I guess that, but
I hated it. I don't like squad numbers for NRL or for rugby league, because to me, if I look out and see number 13, I'm thinking lock.
Yes, exactly.
I
I think Angus Crichton had like a 3 on his back or
Yeah,
something.
Angus Crichton had 3 on his back, and I'm like, you're not a centre, bro. You're a back row. I mean, I know it's only 1 over, but come on.
No, so hopefully they don't do that for the Ashes.
I don't think they'll do that for the Ashes, but the World Cup end of 26 they might, which will be interesting.
And round 10 on the NRLW, our Chookies 26, Canberra 14.
Credit to the Raiders. They actually, like, I was up there. I was getting my early.
Well, we watched the back end of it.
I was getting my early lubrication in. That's what I was doing.
It was the Raiders. They were holding on.
Mate,
there was some times where I thought they might pip us here, but
there was a controversial call, and I will say it's controversial because I thought it bounced, not put down. But anyway, the girls still got the win, which is all that matters. But mate, Jazzy Strange, bloody scored nearly every game this year, and just bang. Whole run, great back row run, not bad for a chick who was playing on the wing last year.
Yeah, no, they did well, the Chookies. And Cowboys, big one, 42 over the Saints, 14.
Yeah, this one was a shock. I actually thought the Dargans were going to do a bit better than this, but those Cowgirls came out hard and rode their way to victory.
And the Doggies, I tipped the Doggies in this one, 24, Cronulla 14.
I did actually look at some of the highlights of this. The Dogs played like they were back in round 1 or 2 again.
Yeah.
They finally got back to what was working early in the year. And, hey, look, it worked.
I wonder if they can push for a top 4 spot.
Oh, let's have a look here.
We'll have a look.
I think the women are doing 5 or 6 this year, which would be interesting.
Like a top 6.
Yeah, I've got to triple check because I know they changed it this year, but
Nah, I think it would be a top 4 because...
Nah, they've got no hope.
Let's have a look.
So, Roosters are clear winners on 20 points. They've already locked up the minor premiership, barring... I mean, if they lose against the Sharks, they could. Broncos, Roosters, Cowboys have locked up. Well, actually, no. Sharks, Knights, and Titans are the only ones that haven't locked up. Just because... Oh, actually, no, they're on 9. So, no, yeah. The top 8's locked. The top 5 is locked. So...
7 in stone, eh?
Yeah, it's not much of a run. The Bulldogs, first year in 8th. Wests will get the spoon again. So their men's team avoided it for the first time in 4 years now.
Yep.
But the women, they're flying that flag high and they've got the spoon back for the club.
They did, and the Broncos 26, Warriors 6. I tipped the Wires. Don't know why.
Yeah, I still question your life choice on that
Maybe
one.
a hometown tip. I don't know, mate.
No, the Broncos done what everyone expected them to do, really.
And Nui 28, Titans 22. That was
nice little battle. Nice little battle. Titans fans got one big win on Saturday, but they just couldn't get the second one that they wanted. A win there could have helped them for finals, but unfortunately, I don't think it'll work for them now.
And Tigers, pretty much like you just said, sealing up that spoon. I watched most of this game, actually. This was the game after the men's of the Eels, and they won 38-4.
Para with the double to finish on a nice Sunday over at Combank.
Massive flogging. Parramatta in total almost put 100 points up. I think they, 66 box 38.
Yeah. No, they've gone over the 100 mark there, mate.
Yeah. So, no, credit, I guess.
14.
Yeah, Para, they're a bit hot and cold, I find. And, but Tigers, old mate, Rolly's sister, thought maybe she'll make her debut, but...
Maybe she gets one this week.
Maybe.
Nothing to play for.
We'll see what Kamali does, mate.
Mate, Kamali, who else is out there? GI's out there. Kamali's stood down as the coach as well, which will be interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just had enough of losing.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by FDS Eyewear. FDS Eyewear is your one-stop shop for quality, affordable eyewear. With the latest lens technology and weekly eye testing services, FDS Eyewear provides competitive rates over the larger optical retailers. Visit their store at Wentworthville Plaza, just a short drive from Parramatta.
All right, mate. Dribble of the week. Dribble of the week.
What just get called snotty Roosters supporters for the start of this?
Well, I think as rugby league supporters as a whole, mate, Shark Park, the debate of Shark Park, the past few years, Sharks have, I think, landed themselves a home final for a few times, hence the argument. And, yes, obviously you and I, we got our tickets this morning at 10 a.m. And it amazes me to think, so the tickets are on sale to the public tomorrow.
There'll be none left.
But, I'm, in this queue, this virtual queue, and it's you're behind 9,000 people. I'm this ground holds 13K. So, pretty much, if you're not a member, you're going to be watching on the couch.
Yeah, if you're lucky, you're an NRL member who got the afternoon pre-sale. But the thing is, right, I was on there and I had, multiple screens trying to work out which one. Luckily, I got one that was, in the first, I think, 1,500, so I got in pretty early. But, mate, at the end of the day, right, and when Buzz Rothfield, who, everyone loves Buzz Rothfield.
Everyone loves Buzz.
Everyone loves Buzz. Like, everyone knows about his affliction for Nico Hynes. And, he is a Cronulla lifelong fan. And even he turned around, and this is a direct quote from his article he wrote. Oh, we saw it on Code, but...
Yeah, would you like me to read it out?
Mate, you know what? Go for it. Just the first quote. The first quote was his,
one?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jordan. I've written a column to kickstart the week for finals because we're going to win the competition, all right? I'd have to say it every week, but I'll be saying it until the chirps crow, and we'll be turning our lights out again, all right, on the porch, all right, in the Shire. Look, no game or business can turn away customers like the NRL next weekend. I don't care where, mate. I used to actually be firm on the Shark Buck, but for finals, mate, fucking no way.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm glad we don't get any copyright infringement here. But anyway,
I'm only paraphrasing.
To give you an idea, that comment was directly from Buzz's column. Sorry, yes. I can English. Now the
real Buzz Rothfield.
The real Buzz Rothfield. Now, I've done a bit of research today because we like it. Now, at Shark Park, I had to go back to 2004 for this. The highest attendance they've ever had at Shark Park in its history is just over 23,000, which was in May 2004 against Parramatta, right?
I can accept that.
All right, 23. That's really good.
Yeah.
Right. Now this year, round 3, they played the Rabbitohs it was a bloody gorgeous Saturday afternoon. They played the Rabbits. They got 14,320 people in there, right? Now, that was their highest this year, and it was believed that that's 95% of their capacity. So if you were to believe that, I'm not good at maths, but let's say 15 is the absolute maximum number, right? According to the NRL, combined members, now these are ticketed members, not like non-ticketed, these are purely just ticketed members. Between the Roosters and the Sharks, there is 38,575. Now, the Roosters announced that we had over 24,000 members this year.
Very good.
Which means 14.5 of those are Sharks fans. So, Sharks ticketed members by themselves will sell out that park, but there's 25,000 people who can't come. Now,
makes for a perfect game at Allianz, mate. 38,000 look good there.
I'm actually going to say this. I don't think the game should be at Allianz, and I respect Cronulla's choice not to play at Allianz because it's our home ground. So 100%, completely agree. Should it go to a call? Well, you know what? Or even CommBank. I think so. Because if you're turning away, let's say, theoretically, 25,000 people, that's a shit ton of money.
The NRL is going to look at this in a financial lens, and I think you'll see next year if this happens again, they're going to say, look, maybe take it to Cogra.
Well, Brent Reed wrote an article and got some comments off Andrew Abdo. And Abdo's comments, I don't know if you can do an Abdo impersonation, so I'll read these ones.
Benny would be good at it.
Benny would be good at it, actually. But two things we are trading off here. One is being able to play in your regular home stadium, and the other is a good experience for our fans. They're both important. I think it's time to review at the end of the season. We'll take direction from the Commission, the ARLC. But I think it's fair to say that we would want a minimum standard, particularly for finals for our fans. Now, this I agree with, right? You might be a bit older than you, but some people are a bit older, like myself, Benny, and we remember back in the 90s, they used to have double-headed day, right?
Yeah, at Shark Park, or is this just in general?
No, what they do, the SFS.
Yep.
You'd put both semi-finals on there, right? Wow. Brilliant. Crazy idea. Was absolutely awesome because you get the family in for 2 days. Now, an adult ticket for Saturday's game at Cronulla, $79 and $50 on the hill. Family ticket, $200 or with the membership is $204, but I think it's whatever, $230 or $40, whatever it was. But that price has gone up nearly $20 since the 2023 elimination final. Because me and my mates paid $50 to sit in the Roosters Bay that week. We only got one bay. This year we've got 3, thankfully.
That's right. Not too bad.
But
the bays aren't that big anyway.
No, they're not. But let's look at the games this weekend. Storm Dogs, where's that being played?
Melbourne, Amy Park. Yep.
Yeah. Waz and Penrith, where's that being played?
Mount Smart.
Raiders Broncos, where's that being played?
GIO, yeah.
Yeah, what games are in New South Wales?
Well, the one at Shark Park.
Exactly right. So you're going to tell me the one game of football that's on in Sydney this weekend, they're going to block at least 25,000 people out? I get a lot of Cronulla fans will say it's our home ground, we deserve it, blah, blah, blah. And look, I agree that if you finish it, you deserve it. But your stadium needs to come up to a standard. If you can't fit 18 to 20,000 people in there, let's say 18,000 seated, another 2 to 3 to 4,000 standing on the hills, so that's 22 to 23. You should not be able to host finals. I'm sorry. It is one area where I will say the AFL kicks the shit out of the NRL.
Oh, yeah.
The worst stadium that got used for the AFL last weekend for their first weekend of finals was NG Stadium at Homebush, which they still managed to. You could fit 40 to 45,000 people in.
Yeah, it's no, I agree, mate. I think shouldn't be playing at Shark Park, but
shouldn't be playing during the year there. It's a shithole. But anyway,
I don't understand. So in 2004 they had 24,000, and they've done all this construction and renovations. So they've downsized. It doesn't make sense.
They've taken nearly. Or they've taken 9,000 out of their thing. So theoretically, I think the technical capacity is about 13.5. But obviously, that's not including. They will squish people on the hill as much as they can.
Good luck. Good luck going for a piss or even getting a beer.
Mate, I will be drinking before I'm there, and when I rock up to the stadium, I'll go grab 4, and then that'll be me for the night because I am not going back for another lot.
Nah, it's going to be pretty chaotic Saturday night, mate.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what the NRL does come next year. And
it'll be interesting to see what the ARLC says. Because, I respect their right to a home final. But there is no way you can play home finals there anymore. It's just not big enough. It's not acceptable.
They just got to bring the rule forward because if Cronulla are playing a prelim, they go to Allianz anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly right. Have your minimum standard. If you can't fit X amount of people in there, because let's be fair, you go for a beer on Saturday night, guarantee you'll miss 40 to 50 minutes of the game.
Well, the last game at Shark Park, my mate went to get a beer. And I'm thinking, what is this guy doing? I think he was getting food as well. And he just took almost 30 minutes.
Yeah, by the time he got there, I'd already been kicked out.
Yeah, that's right. And, mate, Nico down the line, mate. Nico Hynes. So, bit of controversy with this one.
Not a bit.
Yeah, 1 week suspension for his hip drop on Marcelo Montoya.
Yeah.
And now the match review committee, they've actually overturned it and downgraded it to just a slap on the wrist, a fine. I thought, surely they'd go to the tribunal, but...
I'm genuinely annoyed at this, right? Now, I want to preface this, and yes, I'm going to look deep into the camera to preface this. I do not think he should have been suspended for it. I think it was an accident. I think it was a tackle gone wrong. Penalty on field was all it needed to be.
I agree.
If, and this has been reported, the reason they downgraded it was due to medical evidence provided by the Bulldogs. Well, if that's the case, you know what? I hate South Sydney. There's no secret. I am passionate about my hatred for South Sydney.
You hate South Sydney?
They can get kicked out of the comp for all I give a shit. I really don't care.
I want them to stay in the comp. So
I would happily watch them get kicked because I'd go out the front of South Juniors and laugh at them.
Yeah.
But if that is what you're going to say is that medical evidence has meant you can overturn that, if I'm Jamie Humphries, I'm fighting my grade 2 charge 100%. From the hip drop on Siwa Wong and going, well, he didn't get hurt, so what's it matter? The NRL has now set a precedent where either they're going to admit one of two things. They favour certain players or they favour certain times a year, or...
The time of year comes into it.
The time of year has to come into it. It's a 1-game suspension. And if their pure thing is, we don't want him missing, well, you suspended Nelson Asafa-Solomona before the grand final last year. At the end of the day, it's not good enough. Go to the hearing, do it properly. If they went to the hearing and he got it downgraded, I guarantee no one cares.
He was always going to get it.
Because everyone knows it shouldn't have been a suspension.
Exactly.
But for the MRC to then overturn themselves means that they don't know what they're fucking doing in the first place. Second place is they're a bunch of dumb shits. And third place is, if purely injuries are now reason why, well, you know what? Mitch Kenny should not have played another game of NRL this year because Nat Butcher didn't get to play the NRL this year because of his hip drop on Nat Butcher in round 7.
Yeah.
So why is Mitch Kenny allowed to play? injuries take a part in it. Nat Butcher didn't play until Manly. New South Wales Cup, got hip dropped again, he's out for the rest of the year because of that original MCL that got re-injured. Therefore, Mitch Kenny should never play another game this year.
Well, mate, it's...
You can pop that on TikTok as well.
Yeah, no, I think it's right. They've set themselves a standing now to say, well, we've just got evidence from the Dogs that he's A-okay.
Yeah.
And you can play now.
Yeah.
It's just a bit, it's like, well, either stick to the rules or don't suspend people for a lousy hip drop.
If I'm another club, I would legally be asking for medical
Everyone's
injuries.
going to start getting the receipts now, eh?
Yeah, exactly right. Just every time a player gets taken off for a hip drop, get it. Go. No, I want the medical report. And if another club goes, no, well, not too bad. The Bulldogs have set the precedent here. I want that medical report because if he's not injured, my player shouldn't get suspended.
Could be a bit of a backfilling this offseason, mate. The match review committee could be have their hands tied up.
Mate, there's going to be a few things I think need to get blown up in the NRL, and that's going to be one of them because, yeah, like if it's purely because of no injury, we have one issue there. If it's then the other issue is, there's no, it's because it's finals. Well, then we have another issue. Fine then, let blokes punch on in finals.
I'd love to see that.
And I tell you what, if one of them gets knocked out, no, it's finals. You can't suspend him. You've just proven you can't suspend people in finals if that's the reason.
Yeah, I agree, mate. And Papali, big paps for Canberra. There's a reported by Code Sports that got a bit of an ankle injury. Is it just smoke and mirrors?
Well, he was in a moon boot.
Really, I didn't see that.
Like he was in an actual. Yeah, so I looked into the article.
Maybe he could be fine. Maybe Ricky's just trying to play some media games.
Well, I messaged a mate of mine down in Canberra who knows the family very well.
Yeah.
He was, put it this way, he wasn't moving this weekend. His foot was up, ice, on and off, heat, everything. So I think I don't know how severe, but he's done something here.
Big core for stick. Great impact player, probably, but I think if he doesn't play, I think Canberra should still be all right.
Again, they get a week off. So they either get a week off if they win or they play back, the next week. So could be a situation where you say, mate, just take the week off. You deserve it.
Yeah. And in Coates, mate, this was your one you were talking about earlier. The grounding tactic?
Yeah, they kept him on the ground. He couldn't get in the air. And look, it's funny because...
From Brisbane.
From Brisbane. Respect to Brisbane, I think it was actually really smart. They just gave away escort penalties. Ran him off the ball. Now, it's funny because Coates has come out going, I hope the refs are paying attention to it, blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. Well, at the end of the day, the refs were paying attention. Every time Brisbane done it, they penalised Brisbane for it.
And they didn't seem to worry too much.
They didn't care. I can tell you now, Madge's plan was do not let him get up in the air because he will beat anyone in our team, which is fair enough. But now they're saying, should it be a sin bin for a professional foul? Well, mate, does that mean it should be a sin bin every time you give away a penalty?
God, I miss the days when a sin bin back in the day you were like,
actually meant something.
Now it's just like, sin bin,
But to be fair, the one on Saturday night, the one on Friday night, Humphrey's one was still a bit like that. Like it was kind of, you knew it was coming, but it still had a bit of enjoyment to it.
Yeah, it did. And even for Melbourne, old Uzi's out. We'll touch on that when we
we'll touch on that in the preview. But
I want to say something quickly here, mate. Obviously, working in the media, how about the whole media narrative and the yarns of, Bennett's really got Souths up for this one. This could be another sin bin Sunday. Like, there was one sin bin, but I knew the whole time if Roosters, if they didn't get involved in this grubby little, shit Souths are trying to throw up, which there was a point, Toops. There was that point in the first maybe 20 minutes or so.
I was thinking about this, right? There's 4 moments that stick out for me. One was the Whiten eye gouge / facial on Marky Mark, which Marky Mark then got the payback for part 2 of just, here bro, I've just scored, here's the ball. Part 3 was Tass squaring up to Tupou. Now, where's all those blokes that were saying, Tass should be sin bin? Because, when Lenu squared up, everyone was like, sin bin. Tass obviously should have been sin bin by that logic because he squared up to Toops, who's the nicest fucking guy in the league.
Yeah, that's very low. That's Tupou we're talking about.
Right? He's the nicest guy. But the best part in that, a lot of people miss this, but Cody Walker tried to come in and inflame that whole situation. He was ripping at Egan Butcher's shirt, doing this, doing that.
And we were ripping into him.
And we were ripping into Walker, but, that was down the end. But then Walker had the ball. Egan Butcher had gone to back row because Radley was getting a breather. And Butcher's just come out of line, put a shot on Walker. Yeah. And then Walker, in the dipshit that he is, and I do not credit, put it this way, Cody Walker has 2 brain cells, and they're both fighting for 5th spot. That's how dumb this guy is. But comes over, starts doing the face rake.
That was in front of us.
That was the one in front of us when we just started giving it to Walker for being a dipshit. And then acted shocked when G gave us a penalty and put him on report. Like, bro, you are that dumb. I'm impressed that you made it through that game without your hammy blowing up. Like, credit to you, you old fart. But you could tell the moment the game was out of reach, the grub started.
Yes.
And stupid shit like that, it's like, you're right, don't get into it. And the Roosters didn't.
Spencer was very calm.
Spencer was good, though. He
had to be.
Though, to be fair, there is some rumours around Spencer. Apparently, he may have done his hammy. That's why he only played 26 minutes. Okay, so there's a bit of an injury cloud there, but we'll talk about that in the when we get to the preview. But I don't know how much of an injury cloud it is because he obviously stayed off. But South Sydney showed their colours. It's like, we can't win, so we need to be grubs. Because that's the only way they can do it.
Once we started getting a bit of a decent lead, I thought, maybe Walker comes off, just give him a rest. But fingers crossed there was...
Yeah, there's no injuries. I think if it got a bit more blatant, there probably would have been some movement. But yeah, it was good to see South Sydney back in their their natural territory.
Yes, and mate, we threw a question on Instagram.
We did.
If you wanna, I think we'll have a look. We'll see if there's anything in the mailbox.
Have a look here. Ooh.
Insta question of the week.
Sorry, there's a bit of breaking news.
Here we go. It happened last week.
It looks like potentially Tom Jenkins will be getting dropped from Penrith this year for the final series, and Paul Alamotti will play.
Really?
Very interesting. I guess Alamotti's got the.
It was. You said breaking. I thought it was going to be quite severe.
Well, I think that's a big one. Jenkins played pretty much all year out there. Alamotti's played 5 games maybe. So,
wow.
Alamotti has not played a lot of games because Jenkins been the primary left winger. So
that'd be a bit harsh on Jenkins.
I feel for Jenkins, but maybe Alamotti's experience. But anyway, we have had one
let's
question from Roosters Nation.
Yeah.
What are the chances that we can keep Marky Mark with the Roosters?
Good question. Shout out to you.
Very good question.
Well, I think there's a lot of things. There's financially, that's one. The way he's playing, he'll be barking at you for $1 million, I think. Close to it.
Well, so funnily enough, there's a rumour going around that he wants 7 to 750.
Wow, that's
I reckon he's worth it. I reckon that's unders. He should be getting
unders as well.
He should be becoming the highest paid winger.
Then you have the threat of obviously rugby union. The World Cup's coming up. Australia's going to be hosting the 2027 Rugby World Cup, and he might have that desire to play for the Wallabies in that one. Yeah, it could be a similar thing with Sawali. We loved when he was playing for the Chooks, and now he's off doing his thing. He's playing pretty well for the Wallabies, but I reckon he'll go back to rugby. I reckon.
I'm with you. I reckon he's going to go back to rugby.
He'll play next year.
Yeah,
and then he'll. I think his whole thing is he wanted to come to the league and give it a try.
Yeah.
So I think he still has a bit of that passion for.
I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back after the World Cup. Maybe signs a contract, end of 27, finishes, comes back in 28.
I'd love to see him stay though.
I would, and I reckon Nick Politis will be whining and dining him to get him to stay, because I think what we're seeing right now is Marky Mark has played better than Sue. Now,
I was just about to ask you that, but
I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. The reason I say that is, right, Sue's in rugby union right now. He's 22 years old. Right, Marky Mark's what, 25? So he's a little bit older. He's a little bit more experienced. He's got a bit more international experience. He's obviously played, played sevens at the Olympics, things like that. So I think the one thing left for Nwanganita-Wase to do. Crap, that came out perfectly. That was great, we love that. We love when that works.
You think by round 27 you could say it, mate?
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, I've been able to say it since like round 5, but I think he's accomplished nearly everything in rugby union apart from that home World Cup. So don't be surprised if it's hey, can I go play the home World Cup and then I'd like to sign a contract to come back afterwards.
Mate, and as a leaguey, I'll probably watch the World Cup at home.
Because of him and Sue, I will watch it. I watched my first game of rugby union when Sue made his debut against, I think it was England or Scotland. That was the first game of union I'd watched in like maybe 6-7 years at least.
I can watch, it doesn't bother me. It's not my game, but...
Yeah, but...
For the nation...
There's a reason to watch it now. There's a reason to actually watch it.
And I think rugby union, that's what they've wanted, and they're in $60 million of debt. They've cleared that now. Yeah. So it's looking up. There was a few years ago, there was times rugby union was pretty much dead on its
If it wasn't for the BNL tour, if it wasn't the British Lions tour, they were screwed.
I think
like that saved them.
Yeah, and this Saturday, Australia playing Argentina at Allianz, so that will be close to a sellout.
Look,
I mean, nothing else. The Sharks, Roosters.
I would, if they get 30,000 there, massive tick.
And
I think they will. Don't get me wrong, but I think that's a massive tick. Rugby in the eastern suburbs is pumping off. East Rugby just won their comp, so there's a massive pump for rugby union at the moment in the eastern suburbs. So Allianz will be a light for it.
It's still massive in the the lower grades and
for sure,
community and stuff
for sure.
And so will Nawakanitawasi stay or leave?
I reckon he goes. But it's not through any fault of Nick and Robbo trying to keep him.
It's just the way.
I think he purely has his heart set on it. And unless you offer him like 1.5, he's not going to stay.
Yeah, big money, mate. And I did notice after Buzzy Buzz wrote his column on Channel 9, commentators not saying Nawakanitawasi.
Yeah.
Marky Mark, that's
was it Matt Thompson?
Yeah, now he's saying it.
Yeah.
No, he's saying it now.
Yeah, Buzz called him out. I mean, if Buzz can say it, like everyone could say it. Can you give us the Buzz Nawanganitawase?
Okay, is that are we on?
Yeah.
Are we on? All right, I'll tell you what, mate. Nawakanitawase scoring tries. He scores more tries and more articles I do throughout the year. It's unbelievable, all right? And I'll tell you what. I'll need a few Valiums this Saturday night because I'm shitting myself at how many aerial assaults he's going to put on Cronulla Sutherland. If we don't try and shut him down like Brisbane did to Coates, a bit of escorting and stuff, mate, it's got to be a long night at the Shire. But don't worry, it doesn't bother me when these fans get locked out because I'm looking down on everyone. I'm up in my the penthouse in the Shire, okay? So I'll be drinking my Pinot or my Chandon, whatever I'm going to... It really depends on the mood, mate. If Cronulla win, right, I'm going to be on the tequila, right? But if we lose, mate, I'm going for that depressing stuff, all right?
Shout out to Nawanganitawase. His first full season, wins a Ken Irvine medal. Screw you, NRL. You took the Rookie of the Year off him because you didn't like the fact he was going to win it so easily. And
maybe Toya might.
He went screw. I feel like it's a screw you where he's just gone, no, I'll just win something else instead.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by The Legal Problem Solver. The team brings over 25 years of experience in wills, probate, estates, conveyancing, property and commercial law. Connect with The Legal Problem Solver on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram.
So, all right, let's look ahead. Finals week 1.
Finals week 1.
It's here, mate.
Do we want to break down the options for the finals this year, or do you want to go through
sequence?
Yeah. Do we want to see how it's going to work out? Like, for those of you who are not aware, we might put this up somewhere so that people can have a good look at it. But I mean, like, you think about it, right? We've got Broncos Raiders, that's 1v4.
Yep.
Winner of that obviously goes to the prelim. Loser of that will face the Roosters or Sharks next week. Most likely to be on Sunday. Sunday, yes. So nice Sunday Arvo game in Brisbane or Canberra. Obviously, the Wars and Penrith, 6v7. The winner of that will play the loser of Friday night's game between the Storm and the Dogs. And then we have the crossover, mate. So, look, there's a few options here for some replays, some good games. We could have an interesting final series.
Yeah, I hope it's entertaining and to think, time flies, mate. Penrith could be going for their 5th one and... anyone but them just win a comp.
I think the thing that helps them, they have a week run, and I say week run respectively because if you're the Sharks or Roosters, you got to go through Canberra or Brisbane next week, right? Whoever wins has to go through Canberra or Brisbane. That's huge. The Wars haven't been playing well, so Penrith get the Wars in New Zealand.
Yeah. Then they get
Melbourne or the Dogs.
Yeah.
One or the other, who both of the teams are a bit broken at the moment. Melbourne get Paps back, so that might help them. But, mate, I don't know. I think Penrith have an easy run until the prelim. That's when it'll get tough for them because that's when they're looking at a Canberra, Brisbane,
Yeah, it'll be Canberra, Brisbane.
Or Canberra, Brisbane, or Oh, actually,
Roosters or Cronulla.
No.
Oh,
actually, it'll be Canberra, Brisbane, because then we swap over to the Storm Dog side.
I'm getting confused now, mate.
Nah, it's all right. It's all right. Look, it's
So
going to be interesting.
let's start it off. So Melbourne, $1.49, Bulldogs $2.64. As these odds stand on Monday, but Teamless Tuesday could change these.
Yeah,
things
it'll
up.
change it.
So Paps is out.
Paps is out. Hughes is out.
Who's is out for the year?
Nas is out.
Nas is,
He's done for the year.
I think he's out of the whole Melbourne establishment.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you there. Grant is back.
Grant's a big one. So they'll still have your likes of Grant and Munster. I think Munster will be saying, like, Allahuia for this one because Munster was doing everything against Brisbane and you could tell the pressure was just on him.
All right, so I'm going to give you a bit of background as well. Last weekend from the Sunshine Coast Falcons game, Jonah Pezzett and Sue Failongo were both pulled out of the Falcons game, so which means they're more than likely coming in, which means Pezzett will play either 7 or 14, depending on what Wishart does, and Sue will be a possible fullback unless he obviously goes to Nick Meaney or maybe Cam Munster.
I think I'll go Nick Meaney.
Well, I wanted to throw something at you. Munster at fullback, Wishart and Peasant in the halves. But you obviously allow Munster to come up and attack as a 6 if he wants. How's it? Would you risk that?
I don't think Bellamy's going to do it. I think he'll still want Munster. Grant and Munster.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, look, Munster's played a grand final at fullback, maybe.
It just, to me, I think it could be a good shout.
Well, who are we going to back here? Obviously, Dogs. They've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Sorry. They lost against Cronulla, but they beat Penrith, which was a bit of a loss anyway. Yeah. Melbourne have lost 2 in a row. Something is telling. I don't know why. Bulldogs have been playing pretty shit, but something's telling me Bulldogs are just going to win.
Well, last time down in Melbourne was that 20-14 game.
Yeah,
and
I think they might be able to turn it on against Melbourne and win. I'm gonna tip the Dogs, mate.
I'll be honest, I don't actually know. I know the Storm are favourites. I think the only thing that's making me lean towards the Storm is the fact Harry Grant's back. Yeah, because Harry Grant will make a huge difference to that team. So I'm going Storm, but I'm going Storm by 4.
Storm by 4. I'm going to go Matt Burton.
Field goal?
Field goal.
No, okay. So I have this question because you said Matt Burton field goal. How many field goal attempts is it going to take him to kick one?
First one.
Bro, I don't think the guy's ever kicked one on his first go before.
Well,
maybe in juniors.
He's going to change it. I think they're going to win 12-10.
Wow.
So let's predict the score.
So what's he doing? A 2-point field goal, is he?
Yep.
Okay.
It's I think so.
45 out.
Emilio will just lose his shit in the
mate, Emilio. Credit to Emilio. He's going down there for it. What a man.
But it's one of those games I'm not confident on tipping the Bulldogs. So let's just put that out there.
I think it's game of the round. These are all going to be good games. I think this could possibly be the tightest, hardest game.
I think game of the round Raiders Bronx, but they're all going to be blockbusters, nevertheless.
Yeah.
And Warriors Penrith. Warriors $3.50 at home against $1.31 Penrith Panthers. And yeah, look, I think the Wars, they're going to be pulling everything out. Sean Johnson, he's done a video saying get down there when you're there. It's finals time.
Oh, they've got to. The Wars fans will come out, I reckon.
Yeah. They'll come out, and the game's on pretty much almost an hour before the All Blacks play. So I think
get majority of the NRL.
Yeah. They're up against that game as All Blacks versus South Africa. So, but they'll still have a sold out crowd there, I think.
Oh, it'll sell out. 100% it will.
I hope the Warriors win, but I'm going to be wise and tip Penrith.
I'm going with you. To be honest, the reason I want the Wires to win isn't even because I want Penrith to lose. It's purely because I think just one big win in New Zealand could be huge for the Wires.
Massive. I hope they can do it. I think the whole world's behind them.
Yeah.
We're really showing our bias here towards Penrith.
But look, I think Penrith are going to win the game, but I would love the Wires because I think if the Wires do it, what it will do for rugby league in New Zealand as well will boost it so high.
It'll be interesting to see what viewership that game gets compared to the All Blacks. That'd be
or when around that 80-minute mark, 70-minute mark, 60 mark. If the game's kind of obvious where it's going, seeing if it drops.
So Penrith 1 to 12 or 13 plus.
1 to 12.
Yeah.
I think they can do 13 plus if the Wars show up the way they have lately, but I think the Wars will fight a bit hard.
Oh, I'm going to go 13 plus. Maybe I'm thinking maybe a 24-10.
Okay.
So just 13 plus. And the big one, mate. Shark Park.
The battle of the construction site tradies.
Yes, the Sharkies $2. Roosters $1.85. Oh, this is going to be a close one.
That'll tighten up by the end of the week, especially the news now that Nico's playing. That'll tighten up. But you got to be honest, right? With the exception of last year where they won one game, Cronulla have not had a good run in finals for the last 4 or 5 years.
No, well, they've carried the tag of pretenders for a while now, and I hope they still do for this final series.
Yep.
I really do.
So do I.
I'm, Luke always says, you're too confident to do this. I'm going to be confident again. Roosters 13 plus.
I'm going Roosters 1 to 12.
Yeah, you're playing it safe. I just think when we went there during the round, we had Chad Townsend in the halves with Hugo.
Yeah.
Right? The first half, a few things didn't go away. There were a few toughish calls.
We still kept it close.
We still kept it close. We still kept peppering the line, mind you. And it was just an unlucky night. And I think having Sam Walker back is a huge key. And I see like a 30 to 12.
I would love that because last time we were there...
Oh, you're going to love it.
Last time we were there in 23, we had Teddy in the bin, Sandon Smith, who was playing backup hooker, then playing fullback. We had no Toops. Suali'i was off for a HIA. Manu was injured. And, we were just the walking wounded. And
I remember I was watching it here. It was great.
Yeah, I remember being there, and we beat them 13-12, and they were so dirty that they couldn't beat us. So... full squad. Finally, we have a full squad for finals. I'd love to see us put 30 or 40 on them.
And look, Trindle's out.
Well, rumours he may be back.
They might try and get him. I think they'll try and, obviously.
I think they'll try and get him ready for this week.
I think close first half, we'll run away with it in the second.
Yeah, I'd love that to happen.
But no, Cronulla, they will throw everything at Mulatalo, your favourite player.
Mulatalo, mate, he's going to do an AJ. Let in 3 tries, not score 3 tries.
God, I hope
but
so.
Brayley, man, Brayley is the key to their attack.
I think Brayley last
credit
time,
to him.
He tore the Chooks up through the middle.
Mate,
Chooks have to do their homework on him.
He tore us harder than, I can't say that on air.
And the last game, Canberra at home, deservingly so, mate. They're minor premiers. $1.69, Broncos $2.18. I thought this would be a little bit closer in odds, but...
So did I. So did I. The only thing I can think of is because the Raiders have rested a few, they'll be a bit, bit more weary, back to, all right, we're a bit, got a bit of the energy back. Yeah. But, there's a lot of youth on both sides that haven't played a lot of football, It could be an interesting game.
It's going to be a great one to finish off your Sunday. Look, Broncos, they had a massive win. Huge win over Melbourne. Yeah. Now they're coming up against the real deal Raiders. Yeah. Right, that's what I call them now. Ricky's Raiders, right? I think I'm going to go Raiders by 2 here. I think Broncos are going to make it really tough for them to get the win, but I think they'll just do it at home. And Ricky will be doing his 2-man jump on the sideline.
I'll be honest, a lot of today I've thought Broncos will win. I just think the Broncos will
find their form at the right time.
Just do what they've done to Melbourne. Suffocate them. No, not scoreline wise, but they'll suffocate them. They will control the game. Reece Walsh will step up the way he should. I think if Reece Walsh stays contained in terms of he doesn't try and do too much, the Broncos will win this game. But if they can get under Reece's skin and force him to make errors, throw the ball out, things like that, the Raiders will win. But I think that's this game will come down to Reece Walsh.
So what are you backing? 13 plus, 1 to 12?
I don't know. I'm that torn at the moment. Like I said, if Reece Walsh plays well, I will go the Broncos. I will say the Broncos are going to win. If I have to give one right now, I think the Raiders are just too good, and they've been too good this year.
Well, I thought you better say Bronx. So you're going to go?
I think on form, the Bronx actually have ability. Because you got to remember, right? I get there was 10 players not playing, but those guys that played last week got towed up by the Dolphins. Mentally, that would have taken a lot out of them. And I think it's tough to reset that. Broncos also get an extra 3 days rest. So I think that rest will be extremely important for them.
It'll be a good matchup, mate. You likes of Payne Haas.
Haas v Tarpany.
Oh,
like,
good.
Pornafahu White, like, probably deserves prop of the year for the way he's played, but you're behind Haas and Tarpany, who've just been killing it, so...
Good luck. It's going to be cracker first weekend, and the weather's meant to be looking good.
Meant to be gorgeous.
Yeah, so, mate, I'll see you at Shark Park.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be there.
Round 11, second last round of the NRLW. Roosters, Sharkies. Could be wrong here, but is this before?
No. They've got it on Thursday night in Gosford.
Yep.
Obviously, like, they need to fill in the Thursday night slot, which I think it's a shame. I'd love to see them change it around and move it, but obviously they won't. But I'm going Roosters 13+.
Yeah, I'm going to 13+ as well, and they'll probably get a good, decent little view.
I reckon they get a bit of viewership because, nothing else is on Thursday night now.
It's been tough for the NRLW, considering they're up against... Sometimes their games are on the same as the men's. You just can't compete with that. Yeah. You just got to be... It's just common sense.
Tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Eels, Doggies.
I'm going the Eels after last week. I reckon they got a bit in them.
I'm gonna Eels 1-12. Dogs, they did find some form of late, but para just here for me. And Broncos, Cowboys.
Broncos 20+. Not even 13+.
Wow.
20+.
20. Mate, big Queensland battle here. Cowgirls, I'm gonna say Bronx 1-12.
Okay.
And Titans, Raiders.
I reckon Titans. I don't know. I just got a feeling about the Titans. They've played some really good football.
And flashy.
To be fair, they lost Chapman and they still played some good football. So credit to them. So, I reckon Titans might get up here.
And Tigers versus Wars. Can Tigers get a win? Can they?
I'm going the Wars, man.
Wars?
I reckon this is a week. Bring in a few debutants, give them some blood and give them an opportunity to see what it's like. But, up the Wars all the way on that one, mate.
The Wars, I'll tip them till they win. Tigers. I'll tip the Tigers, mate.
You got them right once this year.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, look, they weren't matched up right against Para. They just got steamrolled. But maybe they'll find a W in this one. And to wrap it up, Newcastle versus Dragons. Knights versus Science.
I'm going the Knights.
You going the Knights?
I'm going the Knights.
At home.
At home, Sunday afternoon. Good. They'll probably actually get a half decent crowd.
I think they'll get their biggest crowd all year for the...
I reckon it'll be an NRLW record, minus, obviously, your grand finals and stuff like that. I reckon they'll do it because they're not disappointing the city of Newcastle like the men are.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Knights 13+.
Oh, sounds like a plan. I'll go with that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in to episode 28 of the RMTV Podcast. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week, hopefully after a Chooks victory.
Hopefully.
Good night, guys.
See you guys.